tonight's, let's talk. So today I was at an event, like a sleepover type event with some friends, and it was basically like one of those things you go on vacation with your friends and you all pretty much share a hotel room, so you're all in the same room, right? Anyway, and my friends kind of came to me in a weird intervention style way and said, dude, you need to get yourself checked out for sleep apnea. And essentially, the entire day, now I'll say this, the kind of example I just gave you is not exactly what happened, but that's the best way I can explain. Anyways, so the entire day today, I spent at a doctor here in the Philippines, or rather, a hospital, several doctors here in the Philippines. And I've been told before I needed to get checked out for sleep apnea because people who I have slept in the same vicinity as have told me that they believe that I stop breathing when I sleep. And I wake up and I gasp for air, and then I go back to sleep. Or sometimes I just stop breathing altogether and then start again. And I've done a little bit of research on sleep apnea in the past and what that means, and to see whether I believe that I had it. And if I'm being completely honest with myself, I've known I've had sleep apnea for a very long time. It's so I would wake up and I would have this gummy, numb feeling in my teeth and in my mouth. I would be tired all the time. I would wake up being more tired than when I went to bed. I've slept on different kinds of mattresses. I've done the space foam thing. I've done hard mattresses, soft mattresses. I've slept on my side, on my stomach, on my back. Some nights, all of the above, just to try to get comfortable. I've always been told, as far back as I can remember, that I snore like a freight train. And the people in my life, thankfully, forced me today to go to the doctor and to get this checked out. And I'm glad that they did, because now not only do I have a diagnosis, I have scheduled for tomorrow. The doctor is so worried about this that we were able to get a sleep study scheduled for tomorrow. I'm not sure when this video will go up. Maybe by now I would have already had the sleep study, but anyways, oh, also, irony, and you don't even know what's ironic about this. Forgetfulness is one of the big things, the big, telltale signs of this. And I am eternally forgetful. And I found out that sleep apnea may be sort of feeding into some additional weight gain issues that I've had, as well as some on-again, off-again irritability, and the forgetfulness, which I've always kind of written off as being part of the attention deficit disorder, which may or may not be the case. Apparently, there are a lot of potential vicious cycles going on here. But I won't know for sure until this time, no, not this time tomorrow. This time tomorrow, I will be in the sleep study. I'm really worried. I'm not worried that I have sleep apnea. I'm fairly certain I do. I'm not really worried about the treatment. I'm more worried about whether I can get my stuff in order in time to potentially save my life. Now, for those of you who don't know what sleep apnea is, really quickly, it's when you essentially stop breathing in your sleep, and then you have to wake up enough to start breathing, and then you go back to sleep. Sometimes without even noticing it. Other times, it will rouse you to enough of an awake state to be conscious of your surroundings. And I've had this for a while, even going back, even into high school. I sort of had my my doubts about whether I did, and I'll tell you now, I really wish I would have looked into this a lot sooner. I'm looking back right now at so much of what's going on in my life and realizing that a lot of the things that have been stressing me might be connected to the sleep apnea, and if I would have gotten it checked out a lot sooner, I probably could have lived a happier, healthier life up to this point. Now, I also have some other concerns, if I'm being completely bluntly honest with you. My other concerns are that I will have to, if it's found that I have sleep apnea, which, again, we're about 98% sure that I do at this point. If it's confirmed that I do, I will either have to get one of two machines. One is called a CPAP machine, which continuously pumps air into my into my face hole, basically, so that my airways, wherever it's getting, closed off, it doesn't get closed off. The other one is what's called a BiPAP machine, which basically not only pumps air into my face hole, but also it pumps it in and then sucks it back out. Pumps it in and sucks it back out. And I've done a little bit of research tonight on both, and there are a lot of people who say that they have trouble getting used to them, that there are some, minor, mild, but annoying side effects, such as if you get the kind that just go on your nose. I may very well have to go baby-faced in order to get it to fit properly on my face. That's something the internet has never seen. That's something I haven't seen since I was able to grow hair on my face. I am worried that it will take too long for me to get used to it. I'm worried that the machine will be insanely loud, though I do hear that there have been a lot of advances in the past few years. I'm also worried that the machine may be somewhat cost prohibitive. One of the possible solutions is for me to buy it in the States, but you need a prescription. The only prescription I'll have is from one here in the Philippines. But there are certain online retailers that I can, for instance, have the machine shipped to my mother and have her bring that to VidCon for me, because I wanted to say hi to my mom while I was on that side of the world. You got a problem with that? I know that this will all be worked out in the end, but that doesn't change the fact that I am very worried about all of this, and I would very much like to not stop breathing in my sleep, or essentially dying in my sleep from time to time. I'm not sure exactly where that line really is as far as dying in your sleep or whatever, but I do know that I don't want any part of that anymore. I'm done having that issue. I just need to get the rest of this stuff figured out. And thankfully, a sleep study only runs about 30,000 PHP, that's Filipino peso, for a single night sleep study here. And that is absolutely wonderful for me, because I mean, that's something that I can easily put on a credit card and then slowly pay off. That's also something where I can manage, and it's not gonna kill me. It's not gonna cause me to be in the poorhouse or anything. And my my insurer that I get through my employer, they cover a bit of this, but the 30,000 peso, that's what I pay out of it. I believe out of the sleep study they pay like between 2 and 5,000 peso of it, or roughly between $45 and $120, something like that. Which is nice. I'm glad that they do, and they paid for all of my consultation stuff today. And they may even pay for a portion of the CPAP machine. I don't fully know. But that doesn't mean that these things aren't rolling around in my head, making me really worried right now. I figured I would share this with you. If you have any experience with CPAP machines yourself, or if you have experience with, if you know someone in your family who has one, if you can give me any tips about not having to lose my facial hair, please tell me. But at the end of the day, if it means the difference between one day dying permanently in my sleep or living a full healthy life, yeah, the beard's gonna go. But who knows? We'll see how this goes. I am very hopeful. Even though maybe I make these jokes that may seem kind of negative, I am very happy that this happened in my life. I'm not happy that I have sleep apnea, but happy that I'm finally getting things worked out. I'm also very happy that I do have insurance that pays for some of this, and I don't really think emotionally I could be in a better place about this. So, it's also a good thing. The sad part is that I have to, I have to try my best to sleep like 8 to 10 hours tomorrow. That's weird for me, because I don't usually get that kind of sleep. Usually it's somewhere 4, 5, 6 hours. Now, if I could take like some kind of an Ambien or something like that, maybe I could make that happen. And oddly enough, when my mother was visiting, I was getting a good amount of sleep most nights. I was getting, 8 hours sometimes. And then some nights, yeah, I would stay up long after she did, but not that often. I was pretty much matching her sleep schedule. So maybe I can pull this off, because if I don't get a full night's sleep and they can't, do all their gadgetry and their, adjusting and all that stuff in one night, I may have to go and do this again. I may have to go and do another sleep study, and that's, 30,000 PHP, let's see, so every 10,000 Filipino pesos is about $250, meaning this is like a $700-ish process for me for one night. That is a really, really expensive hotel room. If I'm in good enough spirits, I will vlog the experience, because the rooms that they put you in are supposed to be really nice. But if I'm not, I hope you kind of understand. Anyways, this video's gone on long enough. I hope that we're able to connect through this. I hope you have some insight into some of these things that I might be going through. If you do, please let me know. And if you have anything to suggest as far as types of face masks, or if you have anything to suggest as far as different kinds of CPAP machines, or tricks and tips that you found that make it easier to get used to these things, let me know in the comment section down below. Or if you just want to say, Anthony, we're glad you're not dead. You're not going to be dead anytime soon. Let me know down there. Till next time, don't forget to like, subscribe, and do all those things that make me love my job. Also, be awesome to yourself and amazing to each other.